Hello, everybody. We're about to get ready for the stream in just a minute. Get everything situated and let some people come in. Then we're going to talk about a lot of things. We got REM back. We're going to talk about REM. It's going to be a very good stream today. And also, we're going to talk about other things in the chapter. We're going to talk about Arc 9 period and how it's going to affect the rest of the ReZero story. It's going to be very interesting. So stick with me. Give me a few seconds. And we'll get rolling. We'll let some people come in. If you just joining us, give us a few minutes, and we'll get things going. I wanted some more people to come in. We're going to talk about a lot of things. So we're going to talk about RIM. We're going to talk about Arc 9 as a whole, and we're going to talk about some controversy with Jake Z and stuff. That's interesting. What happened today? Even though I put my 3 cents, my 2 cents in there, about to say three. I'm actually worth more than two, so I'm going to say three. And if you ever want to donate, make sure um, I send that in the chat box down below here, or just do whatever. You can just send it. Um, let's see. I am very patient. Thank you for the patience, everybody. I'm going to try to get something in the chat box. If you want to donate to the channel, it's been 2 years since we did a last live stream, so it's been quite a while. It's good to be back on live stream. Hopefully, we do some more later. But this is just too big not to live stream about. This is about RIM, and if you can't tell, I'm a RIM guy. You got it on the profile picture, on the wallpaper, on the cover art. I'm gonna come up with a new cover art soon. But don't be afraid to talk in the chat box with everybody else. I want everybody to have a good stream. I want everybody to get to know everybody. If you don't, um, I'm trying to look for the link so I can send it down to the below if you ever want to donate to the channel and stuff. So that'd be appreciative of everybody here. So many supporters the last couple of years. Made this channel almost made to 1,000, especially the videos. I did not think it was gonna be much. Well, ended up being a lot. So it'll only be another minute before I'm ready to go. Then we'll talk about it. Get a couple more people here, um, and look for this. Um, and look for this link to give to the dashboard chat box. Alright, we got a couple more people in here. Let's talk about it. Welcome to the channel, everybody. Welcome to the stream. And once again, and sorry for my voice, I have allergies. But anyway, thank you for everybody joining. 3 or 4 people that come on by. It's great to see everybody. I love this channel. I love everybody. I love everybody that's in rezero. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Number one, like it says in the title, REM is back. We all love REM. We love REM. REM is back, and if you have not, let's have some background before we talk about Arc 9 in this latest chapter 34. So we all know REM, and REM is a girl that is like a fanboy for Subaru, and that's what we know her for. That's what we fall in love with her for. And ever since we knew REM after killing Subaru once, that it was a big war versus REM versus Emilia, and who's the better girl right now in my opinion is REM, but she's been gone for a little while, so I think everybody like shifted to Emilia in the ongoing story. Not saying they did not saying I did not say they switched their allegiance permanently. In just a time being until REM returns to normal or bring her back in the story permanently. Since Arc 7 she's been mighty quiet. But anyway, let's just say that REM is not as good as she was in the first 2-3 arcs, and the first 3 arcs we love REM, but since Arc 6 when she woke up at the very end, like chapter 90, and through Arc 7 she'd been strangling Subaru, giving him a hard time. Arc 8 she kind of got better with it. Arc 9 she's been hit and miss, very quiet. So the big question is, after this chapter, and she has appeared, I will say it again, she has appeared, and yes, I read the chapter, but we don't want to do the whole chapter. You don't want to read the whole dang chapter. And here's the chapter right here. Let's just say that, guys, that this is awesome. I mean, if you're a REM fan, you've been waiting for this for a very, very long time. And let's just say, are we going to see a mix? We're going to see a mix of REM. And what I mean by that is, yeah, we love the fanboy REM. But are we going to see her like a little bit of Arc 7? You got to imagine. You can't say it did not happen, because it'd be kind of interesting. She gotta know it's in there. She don't know what exactly what's going on when her memories were gone, but she gotta know at some point. So it's hard not to believe there's gonna be some trait of Arc 7, Arc 8, and Arc 9 in her. I think it's gonna be a great mix of her. I hope she stays the fanboy Subaru, like Subaru cool, you know. Hope that continues. And if it don't, that would be a big tragedy, in my opinion. Big tragedy if that happens. Because I think we all fell in love with REM and what she is, but also we want her to have a character development. We also want her to have a character development within herself, in my opinion. Also, how about Petra? Making her Petra, man. Besides REM, Petra making her name felt the last couple days. Petra, man. And there's always been Petra hate out there, but I love Petra. I've been liking Petra ever since she burst on the scene. She's something new. You know, Yay. Yay. We just did a video on her. She reminds me of Petra and REM in a nutshell with Al. And someone did that in the comments. Someone did that in the comments on that Yay video. And I appreciate everybody when they comment. And I love responding to everybody in the comments. But if there's too many, oh my god, there's too many. But I love comments in this section from everybody. But Yay is basically like Petra and REM. And everybody likes Yay. Yay is a good character. Let's just say Petra has taken over the last couple of days. She is unbelievable, and a lot of people. I think to be honest here, she'd be a major factor at the end of this story. I mean, she's training with the best she got. Not the best in the world, but the Emilia can't make no slouch either. Hey, it's Modex. Welcome to the stream, my man. Thank you, or woman, man or woman you are. Thank you for uh, talking in the stream. I appreciate you here. Welcome. And what do you think about REM? Anybody that loves to comment, comment. Okay, if they want to comment, comment. I love and hear people. I want to know people. If you don't know, we're going to tell you now. REM is back. The original REM is back. Getting her memories. If anybody in this chat room, in this stream, let me know what you think about REM coming back. And then we're going to talk about Al and that Priscilla death and what's going on in Arc 9. Because this, I haven't done a live stream in 2 years, but I think this is the time to bring it back as something this big. And if it goes pretty well and a lot of feedback and pretty good views, we'll do more. We'll do more if it works pretty dang well. If that sounds good. But it's good to have you, Modex. Thank you for joining the stream. Thank you very much. Anyway. Did you just subscribe? No? Okay. Anyway. What's going on here? Anyway. And thank you for another person joining the stream. Modex, thank you for joining the stream and saying hello. So hello to you, Modex. Thank you. Joining the stream here. Anyway, let's talk about not only REM, but we'll come back to REM in just a minute. Let's talk about Al. And I haven't done a video about Al in a while since his heel turn. And yes, this is the best day ever. It is the best day ever. It's great to have. It's wonderful to have REM back. And you would think. And let's be honest, let's just go ahead and go to REM since you brought it up, and I appreciate that. Let's say this. Let's say this. Before this chapter. Everybody loved REM as a fanboy. You know, I love Subaru. Big fanboy. We love REM. That's what we love REM for. But at some point, you can't say, is the traits going to wear off or not? Is the traits going to wear off? I mean, is the traits of Arc 7, Arc 8, and Arc 9 REM going to wear off at some point? I don't think so. She just can't not remember what's going on. She might not be all the way there when she lost her memories, but at some point she got to have some instinct to like, oh, not only have I had my memories back, but I also gained some skill. We love REM, and I don't want nothing to change. I don't want nothing to change about REM. I think it'd be a good idea to have her upgraded a little bit, like have more skills set and a little bit more independent, but she got to love Subaru still. If she don't love Subaru as much as she did anymore after this, saving Subaru from being sealed away in the cage and stuff, I'd be disappointed because we all want REM to be loving Subaru. That's why we love Subaru. I mean, REM and Subaru. REM is awesome with Subaru. And at the end, I think they're going to be together. And that's just hopeful thinking. Oh, Modex, you love that guy? You like Al? I like Al too, until he went heel. But what are you going to do about that? So let's talk about it. Let's talk about Al and what it means. Then we're going to come back to REM. Then we're going to talk about Jake Z. He's been on a tear lately about being the only ReZero guy. And that's not true. We're here right now talking about ReZero. Let's talk about Al. So, yep. 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 You're right. 100%. And I think you're responding to that REM in Arc, if she's gonna be upgraded a little bit, and I'm sure you're agreeing to what I said about let's have her upgrade a little bit, but stay the same too at the same time. But anyway, thank you for that feedback, Modex. It's great to have some comments in here. If anybody left the comments, join them, please. I love Modex right now. He's the guy. But anyway, let's talk about Al. And that's basically Modek's best guy right now, apparently, unless he needs to recorrect me. But anyway, let's talk about Al. And I have not done a video about Owl in a while. And me and my cousin Shrez, another YouTuber, me and him did a video before. It was in the Samurai Jack videos back in the day before ReZero. And so me and Shrez talked about it. We talked on the phone about ReZero. And he kind of knew in the anime, I didn't do the web novels until Arc 5. After the first 2 seasons, the first 4 arcs of the anime of ReZero, then I started reading the Arc 5. We kind of knew Al was going to be a troublemaker or causing an issue at some point. Let's just say I didn't think it was going to be this soon. You would think it would be Arc 11 or Arc 10, like very close to the end, but it is kind of close. But still got a long way to go. Let me explain. These chapters are like 90 chapters within an arc. Almost. Especially Arc 7. Arc 7 went on forever. I mean, the first half of Arc 7 was great, then the rest is trash. But Arc 9 has been a banger. But these arcs are very long, like 90 chapters each, almost 120 at some points. That being said, it can go back quick too, because we never know what Tappei is doing. Tappei is very creative. He can come up. I think he came up with like chapters like 3 in one day that one time, and it can go by fast. So I'd say Al turning heel in a way is kind of fast, but we kind of knew that he would turn heel, but not sure this soon would be the best. Alright. Let's say this. Alright, let's say this. I'm playing devil advocate with everybody. Is Priscilla death in vain? I might have to make a video about this too. Is Priscilla death in vain? And what I mean is, it seems... Oh, thank you, Modex. Thank you for the sub, man. You're unbelievable, and thank you for dropping in too, dude. I appreciate you, and hopefully I do another stream soon. But tell your friends and stuff. Thank you very much. Is Priscilla death in vain? And what I mean is, it seems like Al was not really. It seemed like Al is taking advantage of Priscilla's death. I think he didn't care about Priscilla at the end. I think he knew what was going on, and so I think he had his own thing going on behind Priscilla's back. I think for the longest time, in my opinion, I think Al had something going on behind Priscilla at the end. I don't think he was there for Priscilla in that time, especially in the side story, Pride and Prejudice, and the zombies and stuff. I think he had his own kind of thing. And now he got Ye involved and basically made her into a nutshell of a REM, knockoff REM, so to speak. But, but I think he had this intention the whole time. I think he just used Priscilla as a vessel. I think he did what he did so he can get by for later, and so you don't have to think about it. I think that. If you think so, and the people in the chat, let me know what you think about that. But besides that, Emilia showing up, and she got her heart crushed by Al. And Al working with Roy. And let me say this about Roy. Roy threw up back the memories for REM. And how we know that is that Clan was like, oh, hey, REM. And everybody's like scratching their heads. So that's when you knew REM was back. Because everybody's like, oh, so yes, thank you, God. Thank fucking Tappei also that the Who's REM meme is over. It's over. Finally, it's over. The REM Who's REM is over now. Thank God. Well, going back to this point, I am so glad that I am so glad that she's back. Well, it is really shocking that Al would work with, um, now he will work with a villain like Roy Alfard. Isn't that interesting? I mean, what would make him do that? He had his own plan, and he would do anything to achieve it. And let's say this, Emilia, man, she brought it next level in this arc. The last half of Arc 8, actually, Arc 8 and Arc 9 is the best Emilia ever. I don't care what anybody says, she grew up, man. She really did. That woman grew up, and she did a wonderful job. I'm telling you right now. This is an awesome arc. And let me say this. It's unbelievable what Todd Pay's writing. Because he's making everybody better. But anyway. But it seemed like everybody's going crazy. And we also had Clan. I told you in the video a couple of years ago about Clan being not Roswell, being Hector. Kind of knew that in a way. The facial features, it's kind of like another resurrection of Hector, so to speak. Clint is. So that's very interesting about Clint. Everybody's so damn shocked about this. And Jake Z seems shocked about this. I made a video 2-3 years ago about Clint. I think he's like Hector. It's pretty dang obvious. He had the authority in a way. And it seemed like everybody's getting shocked about it. So made that video 2 or 3 years ago. And it blew up ever since then. But I kind of knew, not really shocking. It basically confirmed that. I think, and let me say this, I think it had something to do with his death. And he killed himself. But it had something to do with Clint. Whew. But anyway, a lot of stuff going on in Arc 9. But with REM, and RAM is here. Roswell is the only Emilia camp member not to show up yet. That is actually very, very interesting. This is a good observation here. And it is very interesting. Oh yeah, Valga Goatwell is finally back in the mix too, so Al is kind of cooked, not charred. You got a point there in that comment. But yeah, anybody realize Roswell has not been showing up since? Man, it's been a while, a little bit. I think Arc 8. It's very interesting. It's very interesting what Roswell's doing. Does he have a plan or something, or is he trying to do like first 4 arcs and turn into bad guy again? It's just amazing. But anyway, a lot of things going on here. It's very interesting with Roswell. See, at this point, the armor, excuse me, at the point armor posts would actually start to make sense if it gets further. If you have Rom and Petra plus Gobaru sharing their concept of abilities, Ram, Emilia, and probably Oswald in combat minimum, Odo keeps in track of the enemies every move, and he did that with the bugs. Anyway. Presumably, the support of the assets Lagunicus could spare him to stop him. We don't see how future confrontations could go. Al's well, him getting something new. Well, him, who I assume was down and out for this arc, was already pushing Akula alone. He could not rely on that carry with many enemies. This is going to be an intriguing finale. I could find myself wondering how it could be close to the end if there's only 34 chapters left. Oh my goodness. Think about it this way. There's no way it's to the end. And let me tell you, the MVP, not only Emilia has taken Storm this one, and Al, and the new coming in REM. Let me say something. And no one's sharing love about this guy. No one's talking about this guy. Wilhelm is the MVP of Arc 9. Fight me on that one. Fight me. Because Arc 9 is Wilhelm is the MVP of this arc. Arc 7 was Todd Fang. Arc 8 was Emilia. In my opinion. Arc 7 was Todd Fang, period. And Arc 8 had Tom Fang in it too. Tom Fang made everything good. I wish he came back. But Arc 9 is William. Oh my goodness. We have not seen writing about Wilhelm since Arc 5, and that what we just seen in Season 3. And that was about the Reinhardt saga. So it's been a while, and I'm glad to see my boy. People call him a dick, a douche, a lot of words saying about Wilhelm. He has none of those things. I think he's great, and I still like Wilhelm. Wilhelm's something else. We love Wilhelm. But I think Wilhelm is unbelievable. I love Wilhelm. He's been kicking butt. Man, his fight with Ye, I mean, you would think Ye would have the upper hand a little bit with the age and stuff. But, man, Wilhelm breaking out all the stops, man. Wilhelm's the GOAT, man. And you can't say she's not either. You can't say she's not. Because she's been kicking. Wilhelm has been kicking ass, man. This whole arc, and his son Heinkel was like, I gotta end my father. I gotta end him. I gotta end him right now. Let me tell you something. He's battling against all odds here. Wilhelm is. He's battling against a lot of odds, and he's doing better than expectations supposed to. Let's just say that. All right. Let's call it a spade here. Wilhelm has been criminally underrated in this arc, and Arc 5 when that saga everybody was criticizing Wilhelm. I stuck with Wilhelm since the White Whale, and the Vosh Pit couldn't even get that right when he was slandering ReZero. All right, I've been a Wilhelm guy since he been on the scene. Old man with the sword looks cool. Then the story background of a tragedy of Reinhardt. It seems like Reinhardt don't know what anything else in emotion is except for justice. Alright? So Wilhelm has been criminally underrated for arcs and years since this thing has gone on. And I love Wilhelm, and I think he's the GOAT of MVP of Arc 9 so far. It seems like he's down and out. Because, man, we'll see if Wilhelm will come back in the next arc. But he's been the MVP. Fight me on this. Wilhelm is the MVP of Arc 9. I'm telling you. He is the GOAT. But Arc 9 as a whole is... And people want to kill me about this. And they can say all they want to, and that's fine. I mean, everybody's opinion on ReZero is valid to me, and it's good debate. Arc 9 is right there. If it keeps going like this way, if Arc 9 continues to go this way, the way it's going, it's been like banger after banger after banger chapters. Let me tell you something. It's going to be like Arc 6. It is almost just like Arc 6. I'm not saying I meant like Arc 6, like everything in the writing. I'm talking about how great it is. Right now, it's my second favorite arc. I thought Arc 7 was going to be that way, and the first half was like good, and then the second half when the children of Chaos Flame and Subaru turned into a child, and was that Arc 8? I think that was the end of Arc 7 and Arc 8. If someone wants to correct me on that, let's go ahead. I'm not perfect. Sometimes I forget that's a lot of chapters and arcs. But, let me just say this. Even after the bottom fell out on Arc 7, and Arc 8 picked it back up. Arc 8 did pick it back up. Arc 9, man, yeah, the way it's continuing is going to be like Arc 6. Arc 6 is the best arc of the series. And I think a lot of people will say so, and Arc 5 is right behind it. Arc 6, Arc 5, Arc 9. Arc 1 was pretty fun. Was scarring to death, and the introduction of Subaru getting killed all the dang time. Also when REM died from Beetlejuice, I think that's Arc 2. Anybody wants to correct me on that, that's fine too. But it's in the top 5 best arc. Arc 9 is so far. And apparently they're almost done with that. And for God's sake, I hope they're not. I hope it is not the end of Arc 9. Because what was going to happen in arc 10? Might not be something. But anyway, we'll continue. I'm going to look down. If people want to talk in the chat box, and I'm talking in the chat box, I love to hear your feedback of what you think. Modex earlier, man, he likes talking. He just subscribed. So if you want to be the next Modex, come in the comments and talk to me. That's fine too. I love to hear what people think and saying about this. Anyway, we'll continue. Wasn't Clint planning to bring, or at least inform him now? So you're saying Roswell out of the camp out of everyone in his camp, cruise camp, fell camp, didn't even know what Al did until now. That is hard to believe. I think Roswell has something. I think Roswell's in the back pocket of Al. I'm telling you, Al and Roswell have something to do with something. I think they knew each other for a while, and they don't ever seem like they have a disagreement. I think another crazy theory, and maybe somebody else hit on this. I think Al and Roswell burned down the village of REM and killed her parents and took them in. Al did what he's supposed to do. He had some benefit of it. He sure did. He had some benefit of it, and it worked out in his favor or something. I think he had something to do with REM village. I think they're working together quietly, especially when he's not even there. I'm gonna have to make a video on that. Arc 1 through 3 and Arc 7 through 9, fusion, REM incoming. Yes. That we just talked about that earlier in the stream. This right here will happen. I want to come up with a video, REM fusion, fusion REM. That'd be probably the next video, and I'm probably gonna have it Tuesday. I'm thinking about having it Tuesday and talk about it. I think that's a good idea to talk about. To have a video about you. Her past and current self will cringe at each other until she becomes her ideal self. That'd be interesting. That would be very interesting to see what Ram would think of herself, each other. They'll probably creep each other out. When her 18 years worth of memory overwhelmed her 4-month memory, not saying she would go back to being the same Arc 3 Ram, just that nothing too drastic. Yeah, that's exactly what we want here. Nothing drastic. But you can't erase the 4 months. Think about this. You would think it's a long, long time. This has only been 4 months. It's not that very long time. A lot of shit happened in a few months. I don't think a 4-month memory is going to be will overrun 18-year memory. Petra was heavily affected by less than a week worth of memories. I wonder if gluttony returning memories is more natural than the books, like how people don't even. Oh, that would be interesting. That would be interesting. That's a good idea. That's actually a good. That's actually a good observation. What will happen? Petra got messed up during that time. She got messed up. In my opinion, she did, but a lot of people think so too. So, I think she got messed up a lot. Petra did. But good job. But that was actually a good observation by the person, saying that in the comments there. Who is? Wait, I remember. Yeah, there it goes. That's right. The meeting ends. Ram is back. Seemed like everybody going crazy about Ram. So if anybody has anything else to say or have their own opinion about ReZero, let me know. Because I really want to know what people think. I want to see what people think and hear y'all opinions about this arc and what will happen with Ram. Ooh. Not only did Trape drop a chapter at the absolute weirdest time, he could have a huge shroud twist too. You know what? That is actually interesting. Phase 4 is going to be interesting. You see how this version of REM takes in everything around her as well. Oh, yeah. How would she do with her everything around her now? Like chaos. She went from a bed, all of a sudden wandering. All of a sudden she's back in memory, like in a different land. See how different that is. REM's memory return, equivalent of the moon landing in ReZero after a decade of waiting. That's interesting. Yeah, but everybody is welcome in background. Alright. So we talked about Arc 9 until someone else talk about Arc 9. I think that's all we're going to talk about because 34 chapters of Arc 9 is a lot. It's not a lot to talk about because we just hit on everything within a 40 minute talk. Let me say this, guys. I'm gonna pull something up. I'm gonna pull this up, and y'all gonna be very disappointed in me. Watch this. We're gonna do this. Watch. And this was earlier.
Many of you.
Alright, we're going to yeah, we're gonna pause that. This is what I say. This is what I said. You know what? I don't like Jake Z because a lot of people don't either. And I don't. I don't like Jake Z very much because there's a lot of things he say is wrong in ReZero at times. And I think he stretches out the truth a little bit. And what I mean is that's what he seems like. He seems like he stretches out the truth a lot. And I think, in my opinion, let me say this. In my opinion, he over-exaggerate a lot in ReZero. And that's just my opinion. It's my opinion. And everybody in ReZero can have an opinion. This man can be a clickbait guy. This man is a clickbait man. At some points. He's a clickbait man. And he will come up, and sometimes I don't like doing ReZero content because a lot of people will try to correct somebody all the time as a video and make them look bad, and that's okay. I mean, not okay. And I like the people learn about it, we'll talk about it. We should have a live streams. And I think it'd be a good idea to have live streams and invite people over and see what they think. See what they think and actually compare your ideas and what y'all theories are instead of bashing each other and in web novels. Let's just say Jake Z is the best and only one that does web novels. I did it time to time if it's important, and I couldn't do as much as he could at the time. I was like, you know what, give it to Jake Z. But Ekna, I love his ReZero content. He don't spoil nothing like we do. I'm a spoiler, but I recommend people that watch anime only do not watch this video if you're anime only. I always say that because I don't want people to get spoiled. And so far no one complains. Nobody complains about that. And I appreciate them being an awesome ReZero supporter. And most of the ReZero community, they do read the web novel. And they do. And I'm very appreciative of having them. I really do. I appreciate having all these subscribers, fans, family of the ReZero community to understand about not getting spoiled and stuff, and they read the web novel and they have fun. I love that. I just what I like. That's what I like about the REZero community. That'd be a good idea, just to have live streams to each other. And back then, if you knew my channel for a while, with Hero Hey before he turned into an anime news guy, Japan news, anything about news of Japan or American and anime. Me and Hero Hey, I will go into Hero Hey's live stream 3 or 4 times, 5 times. At the most 6, but at the least like 3. And I had the most fun. We had different opinions, and I love it. I loved it. I did not watch the same anime as him, but we did have Samurai Jack, and we were into live streams. And I did talk about Dragon Ball and other things in anime. But we did not bash each other like this guy doing. This guy, Jake Z, the Vosh Pit, he's talking slander about ReZero and people of ReZero hating on us. This did not make it any better. Jake Z did not help anything like that. He don't. This man right here, Jake Z, I don't know why you hate some people like that. And I don't like clickbaiters, and I hate talking trash. I hate people talking trash, and I'm not trying to talk trash either. Jake Z is the only best. He has the voice for it. He has the voice. I love his content. But I listen to his web novel chapters only. I don't really go to his videos, other videos except for his videos about web novels. So I'd rather listen to it than read it. If it's something important I hear, I'll read it and be like, oh my goodness. But you don't have to be a full ReZero guy like me. And he's not the only guy. And that's what I take issue with. Not only hating on Eknut, because Eknut is a ReZero guy. He was making ReZero content. And he got tired of making full-time content because ReZero can be tiresome, and I can understand why. Understand why he would do that. And go to other anime. That's totally acceptable because he does get tired of doing the same anime. But Jake Z is not the only guy. We have multiple guys. And I don't put nobody down. I love my content, and we have I'm grateful to have the followers and subscribers I have. Don't let me continue this and keep on pushing. Even after Samurai Jack. After Samurai Jack, I had no other idea. I was in Dragon Ball a little bit. All of a sudden, I found ReZero. And sometimes I will do other anime a little bit. I'm a full-time ReZero guy. Once in a while, we'll do anime. Can't wait for... I will say this. I can't wait for Dress Up Darling again. I can't wait for season 2 of Dress Up Darling. I've been seeing other anime openings and looking at other animes and see other ones, but until we get a break of ReZero, I can't really look at any other animes. But I recommend a lot of people. I'm not stingy about subscribers. If you have good content, you have good theories, you have good explanations of ReZero, go ahead and get as many subscribers if you can. Go around. I love ReZero. I don't think we have enough people talking about ReZero all the time. That's fine. But to him say he is the only ReZero guy, for him to say he's the only ReZero guy in YouTube, that is you got your wife who was trash. I think his name is ASHT. I think that was his name is. I don't know how to spell his name. I'll apologize if I don't know how to spell his name right. This guy right here. This guy makes good ReZero stuff. He's not the only one. This guy. He's not the... see, look. These are ReZero guys. There's 2 ReZero guys right there. 2 ReZero guys, and they work just as hard as me. Work just as hard as me to get all these ReZero contents. This guy Your wife is trash, and the other guy just seen him. They make just as much ReZero content as I do, and we work very hard. I look at these guys. I love reading. I don't like reading as much as listening, and I get a better understanding, and a lot of people think so too. At some point, but they do a great job on ReZero, and the explanations are awesome. I love how they tell the story of the ReZero in a certain way than I would think, and I'd come up with my own video based off what they are saying. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm like, he's right, but I'm going to tell it in a different way because I think there's something missing, or they're not getting a certain picture, or I'm saying it a certain way to get everybody thinking. Let me tell you something. I love to have this guy. I love to have Your Wife is Trash on the live stream. I would love to have. Love to have Earth Azarethia HS on my live stream. I would love to have this guy. And people don't say. And so what? Look, most of his videos is ReZero. Look at that. Look at that. I mean, I don't know what Jake C is on, and it's really a shame. And if you're going to point out a fact, you better have your facts written down and know them, alright? You better have your facts written down and know them. Because let me tell you something. I think we got a lot of ReZero, and they might not do all of them, but mostly these guys did do ReZero content. Look at his content. Mostly is ReZero. Maybe once in a while other animes. Who cares? It's hard to do. It's hard to do ReZero content in and out all the time like I do. Sometimes I even get tired of it. Even I get tired of doing ReZero all the time, and I stray and do something else for a little bit, or a video too, and I come back to ReZero if something happens, because I like ReZero. And for the people that watch this and stuff, let me tell you something. I remember that time Jake Z had a video outside of ReZero. It was about Nagatoro and Dragon Ball. You know why he stopped doing it? Because I think everybody don't like it. Half the people did. And I liked the video because I liked Nagatoro. If you look back at Jake Z, you want to talk about people going outside of ReZero, is this guy. And it makes me upset when you got a couple of people I just showed you, and if you just joined me, you know what you don't know what I'm talking about. I will re-show you. It was like 2 or 3 years ago, and when ReZero was on the break, I had a break with ReZero too. And the Gator was awesome hot at the time. And hopefully season 4 will come on. And there's a Vosh pit, everybody. Well, remember the Vosh pit. We'll get back on that in just a minute. But let's see. I might have to just type it because it's been a while. Apparently I don't know how to spell. Right here. So, he's talking about going outside of ReZero, but he did it himself. He did it himself. Accusing others than what he did. And I like Eknut. I'm coming out to defend Eknut. This is bigger than we thought, because it was like a war in the chat zone. I think reading people's other chat videos, video chat is pretty funny. I enjoy myself looking at those because it's like almost like the end of the world almost for them, everybody. But for Jake Z to say something that he is doing the same thing as he accused Eknut of doing is right here. There's your proof right here. He did it too, a lot back in the day. Right here. And you know why? He stopped because, oh my goodness, because nobody really liked it. No one was sure about what he just did. And so shame on Jake Z for doing that. It's a shame. It's a shame we had to make ReZero into a war zone. I can understand someone trash talking Jay-Z, Jay-Z. Someone trash talking ReZero, but doing it to each other, and we're making the same content. We might not make as much of content as the other talking about ReZero or a certain anime. This is why I don't make content much. Why I really sometimes think I'm not doing ReZero because of this guy. This guy is cringy. He might have the voice, he might have the great content, but cutting other people down will make you look bad. Alright? At one time, I loved to have him on live stream or go on his live stream. I offered it one time, he didn't want to, and that's fine. No big deal. And I got off the Twitter because I didn't care about Twitter anymore. Never heard back from him. But I love to do a live stream with multiple people. I love to do a live stream with Jake Z someday and debate this. To debate any questions y'all have. I love to debate Jake Z. I love to debate Natalie X. Natalie, I forgot her dang name though. Her name was Natalie at one point. I love to debate your waifu is trash about anybody that does ReZero and they make good content and put themselves to work and have good content and stuff. I love to have a live stream with them. I love to. I really do. But Jake needs to be ashamed of himself. And look, before that, it makes ReZero. He made these gaming videos. And then after that, he started doing it full time. But even himself did like Konosuba. Yeah, it had something to do with ReZero, but it had other anime in it, right? Konosuba. What's that one with damn? It was the other anime. It was with Rudy. A Jobless Reincarnation. Jobless Reincarnation. Konosuba at some point. Yeah, it had ReZero in it. But you've gone outside of that. It was the Gator too. See, it's right here. He went outside of ReZero. There was no place for hate. No place at all. And he might call people inconsiderate or incoherent and not very good. Can't read. But you attack somebody just because they had less ReZero content than him. Ekna is a ReZero content creator. He was a full-time. You can't erase somebody's past. Now he's an anime only creator now. But he was doing a ReZero. But does it benefit him to only do ReZero? So what? He just went outside a couple of times of ReZero. And he went to gaming, ReZero. He did I remember that one live stream. I was there listening to. I don't have much more websites or anything like he did. But he did Shadows of Legends. That's outside of ReZero. So you can't accuse somebody of someone else's doing when you're doing it yourself. Alright, that's mighty disappointing. And if he ever wants to have a debate about ReZero, I love to join him. I love to join this guy right here, S3. If someone knows how to spell his name, sound his name out, S3HS. I love to have him on. I love to go to his. I love to go to his live streams for sure. I love to join. And what was that one guy that did it, Emilia Boobs? He did Emilia Boobs. This guy right here, Giguik. Yeah, this guy right here. I love to have him on ReZero too, talking about the anime. And is this guy a ReZero culture guy? No, he's oh my. Yeah. But you know. But anyway, we can have a bunch of these, especially this guy. I love to have this guy on the live stream. Or go to his live stream. That'd be interesting. But Jake Z should be ashamed. I think he needs to go back. He needs to go back and check himself, because that's really a shame to call people out like that. He's a legend. He made what it is today. I think he's my first ever he was my first ever ReZero guy. And it wasn't Jake Z either. Jake Z was not my first, and I don't think a lot of people's either. He started in like 2020, 2022 or something like that. Ekna's been doing it forever. Ekna's been doing it forever, guys. And so, I love the guy. Jake Z, he needs to check himself, and I hate talking about this because it's just what we're going to go to the video what we're talking about if you don't know what I'm talking about, because I ain't just slandering him. All right, I'm not slandering him just for no reason. He needs to be heard because he done this for a while. It is like the biggest Jake Z hate on Reddit, and you can read it too. And I seen it was during the anime. It was totally clickbaiting sometimes on his thumbnails, and you can tell clickbaiting. I tell the things on ReZero, my opinions, and also factual. And sometimes, in a few videos ago, I put links down of what my information is, and I explain it to you in the best way possible. But let's have some laughs first.
Say, what was the controversy regarding Amelia's booba? How can I Google this? Amelia ReZero controversy. She got buffed. She got buffed. Wait, I'm curious. I'm curious. I'm curious if there's anyone who's covered this. If I'm going on Twitter, I'm definitely not going to show. Twitter is no longer safe for stream. That's for sure. Oh, okay. All I can see. Okay. Okay. Wait. Enhance. You know, maybe this. Look, there is no comparison piece right now. There is no comparison piece. Is this the Mandela effect? How huge a buff are we talking about right now? Because I cannot. My memory has been erased about what she was pre-buff. Is ReZero going through that One Piece time skip buff? Is that what we're going through right now? Look. Maybe what happens is as her presence increases in the plot, they have to increase her presence in the plot. Let me see if I can find a comparison one. Okay, she has a. Okay. It's
You could tell back in the day though, but anyway. But you could see a difference in her boobs. But we have a little laughs. Let's take a look at what we're talking about here. If you just joined us, we were talking about Jake Z a minute ago. I was bashing him because he was a terrible man. Not because he's a terrible man. He just inconsiderate and should be ashamed. But this is what we're talking about here. Hold on.
I'm the only ReZero content creator. I know some people are saying, what about Echidna? Okay, let me go check that for you. Oh wait, he hasn't made any ReZero videos since the anime ended and we had the season 4 announcement. It's almost like he doesn't make ReZero content unless it's extremely popular and the anime is airing.
Alright, now you get the point. If you want to hear that again, let me turn the microphone off because sometimes it echoes.
Check that for you. If you like ReZero, feel free to like and subscribe. I'm the only ReZero content creator. I know some people are saying, what about Echidna? Okay, let me go check that for you. Oh wait, he hasn't made any ReZero videos since the anime ended and we had the season 4 announcement. It's almost like he doesn't make ReZero content unless it's extremely popular and the anime is airing.
And let me say this, when he does do ReZero, he does pretty good in entertainment. Try not to spoil anything. He does a good job of that. Jake Z is the only guy that will keep debunking people, and instead of damn always hate on people, how about you do a live stream? It'd be great if he did a live stream and have people over that does ReZero content and debate him. Because I tried to do that once, he didn't want to. He said he never had time. He's not a very good live streamer. He shut me down once. I don't care. I don't care about it. But it'd be a good idea for him, instead of bashing people on video. I bet you just, if you have a big disagreement, let's have a live stream of these ReZero creators you believe there's not, and talk about ReZero instead of bashing somebody. Can we not have that? Can we have that? Because he did it multiple times. Right here, debunk, right here. But he had it coming. Nux Taku was terrible. Debunks. And I'm not talking about his theories either. Oh, I hate this autofill stuff. Well, the Voss bit was funny. The Voss bit was funny. Because the Voss bit was, man, Voss bit was funny, man. He's something else. He's like, I love you. I know you ReZero fans. Man, whew. Man, we had some ReZero haters back in the day. But you could say, well, you know what? I think he did do that one time. I think he did do Eknut one time. Did he not have it anymore? Because he used to have a video, believe it or not, he used to have a video talking crap about Eknut. This is like the second time. Oh, there it is, right there. I'm an idiot. This is like the second time he hating on Eknut. He's always knocking on Eknut. He's knocking on me once. Not in publicly, but in DM one time. But he does this all the time as someone that's not, like, this guy's like, this is not an attack on Eknut. ReZero fans, let the war begin. Somebody call Anime OT. Anime OT! Oh man, I miss Anime OT. We need to bring Anime OT back. I think that'd be fun. Let's bring back Anime OT. Anime OT, man, he's something else. I think Anime OT, man, he was the junk, man. If anybody remember Anime OT, raise your hand, because that guy, woof. We miss you, Anime OT. But I'd love to have a live stream with that guy. But this is like the second time he attacked Eknut. Eknut is the GOAT. Bro, I can't wait for Jake Z diss track. Oh boy. Okay, we got some good comments here. Jake Z is literally the Book of Wisdom. No, he is not. Oh, man, Jake Z, why you gotta hurt people? You hurt me, loose wheel. Appreciate the corrections. Yeah. I mean, yeah, you might do attack Eknut. Well, do I give a shower him with death threats? Stop him RIL. Eknut will never know peace again. See, I mean, I don't know why Jake Z keep on doing the diss tracks. I mean, listen, it's another way for diss tracking somebody and you don't know your facts, sir. You might know ReZero facts a lot, but you surely don't know there's more than one ReZero content guy. they're gonna box each other. I'm so glad that's oh good, never mind. Glad you are the info man for ReZero. Love your content. Like, listen, there's like 2 or 3 other info guys. He does it in a different way. I do it in a different way. He does it in a different way. I don't do web novels like he does. But you know, he thinks if you do web novels, only one that do web novels, he's the only ReZero guy. Once in a while, I do ReZero web novels. No, Weasel. I mean, I do ReZero web novels, time to time when it's important, not all the time. Let's just say that. Let's go. I want to go back to Vosh Pit. I want to, man, Vosh Pit. Vosh Pit ReZero was this junk back then, because everybody hit. God, I miss Anime OT. Pretty sure it was 2 guys though. Yeah, Anime OT. It's been a while. And thank you, Vitamin C Blast Shield. Welcome to the channel. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir, or ma'am, whoever you are. Vitamin C Blast Shield. Thank you very much for joining the stream. But yeah, I mean, Jake Z, man. This is like the 2nd time. It's pretty dang sad when you gotta keep doing that. But thank you very much, Vitamin C Blast Shield. I remember, besides Jake Z, it was Ekna and it was Anime OT. I think Natalie was there too, right? You know, anybody know Natalie X Hunter X? I think she did anime. Let me tell you something. Let me go back. I'm glad I remembered it. I'm glad I remember this. And Jake Z, man, he is spreading lies all the time. But not only did this is the 2nd time he did this to him. This is like, let's see. He used to go on this woman's live streams, because I like Natalie X Hunter is a good is so awesome what she does in her ASMR VTuber thing for ReZero and other anime. She's so great about it. She's great. I love the way she does it. I love the way Natalie X Hunter explains in ReZero. Like, everybody in ReZero that does content does it in a different way. I love the way I'm doing. I like how Anime OT, Ekna did it in a different way. But Jake Z is doing it a different way, but he's doing more because or the web novel chapter doesn't mean you're fucking, oh, I'm the only ReZero guy. You lost your damn mind. But I think it was Anime OT, Ekna. Those are the only 2 guys that was doing ReZero at the time. And they made me want to do ReZero, and I did 4 years later. And I did ReZero for 4 years almost. So it's fun. I didn't do a live stream at 2, and this is a great way to come back on that. But anyway, Jake Z, multiple times, went on this woman's channel, right here, featuring Jake Z. Right here, and she does not do fully ReZero anything all the time. Lately she's been doing more ReZero stuff, but back then when I really watched her, and it was not about ReZero, it was mostly about Minstru Tensei all the time, and Konosuba and other things like that. I watched her and she was great. I loved her. She was so fucking great on Shield Hero too. Shield Hero and her content was awesome. But Jake Z should be ashamed. If anybody wants to tell Jake Z what I said, I don't care. And I love to have him. I would love to do a live stream on his network. I would love to have him on his network. I would love to go to his network and debate him on anime, ReZero, or any anime, especially ReZero. I would love to debate him and talk about it. I will invite any ReZero guy. I would love to do any ReZero guy content and go on their live streams and talk. Jake Z would not do that. But anyway, let's go to Vosh Pit because it was a lot of guys hated ReZero. It was not, man, there was a lot of ReZero hating. We still produce videos. Oh, Matt and the Anime OT. Anyway, y'all can tell Jake Z that, and I can go to his channel, and I can live stream with him, and I will debate him. It's been a while. Maybe it was the other anime. It was the other channel head. I have two YouTube channels. But anyway, Anime OT is a stuff, man. It's been 3 years, man. Anime OT, baby. Anime OT. Here was the stuff. Heck Nut 2. But anyway, let's go to Vosh Pit because I was actually, when Vosh Pit was talking crap about ReZero, when he talked crap about ReZero, it was actually really funny.
Watch Mother Basement videos on ReZero. The show is about self-love and why neat/otaku culture is damaging. How much of the show have you seen? I've seen up until the big whale or whatever. Not sloth. Gluttony. Dude, I'm really sorry. ReZero is fucking garbage, dude. Guys, I'm really sorry, dude. I can't go into it, okay? But having your fucking otaku pro tag be like, we're being critical of otaku culture, but we're gonna have a pro tag who interacts with women in the most cringy, degenerate, creepy way imaginable to be a fucking proxy for the audience so they can imagine they're laying their head on the lap of a girl who looks like she's 12 years old, and then having Rem or Ren, I forget which one, having Rem be like like deeply in love with a pro tag, even though the pro tag is a worthless piece of shit who like.
Oh, hold on now. Oh man, he was the first. He was one of the biggest guys to talk crap about Rem. Shame on him. Shame on this man.
Can't do anything. Rem just wildly falls in love with him, and then he's like, I love the other girl who I also have had no meaningful interactions with, and she's just nice to me, so I've fallen in love with her by default. And then Rem is like, that's okay, I'll just lust after you for the rest of my life. I'll just thirst after you and be the fucking third wheel, and maybe I can fucking prep you by sucking your cock before you fuck her. And then the guy's like, oh, okay, and pats her on the head. It's like such pandering trash. I'm sorry. It's such pandering trash. You have zero understanding of this? Wrong. You're just caught up in it. I know you ReZero fans. You're watching. He lays his head on the lap of the cute girl. You're like, that could be me. I understand. I know you.
That was like Jake Z with the lolly. He's a lolicon. Jake Z, man. Jake Z. You probably like, I want to lay on Emilia's lap. I wonder what his favorite what was his favorite female on ReZero? What's his favorite character? Mine is Rem, but also is Priscilla. Priscilla is my number 2, but I also like Cruz.
You bad anime take? No, I'm sorry, guys. It's I wish I could live watch ReZero with you guys. Oh God, I wish I could live watch ReZero with you guys. I'd do it on fucking D-Live. Oh God. I have to fucking take all the guns out of my house so I don't end it all listening to chat defend every cringy fucking. He learns after dying multiple times. Dude, that premise was not built upon sufficiently, okay? I'm sorry. If your main character has an ability that gives them like knowledge or like future sight, they better be smart enough to take advantage of it. Because as someone whose IQ is higher than my age, it was agonizing watching him having to die fucking 8 times in a row to find out something that should have been contextually evident the first fucking time he dies, okay? The protagonist being a worthless piece of shit is sort of the point of ReZero. No, the show signals redemptive elements. If he was a huge piece of shit, then why does every fucking woman fall in love with him? Why does Rem instantly idolize him even though he's accomplished nothing and is a useless sack of shit who is creepy to her and her fucking sister? Why the fuck does... You know, her name's Zoe now. That stupid fucking bitch who has no personality other than being nice The fucking main girl, Emilia, thank you. Why does the fucking military looking lady, who then later loses her memory and any semblance of a personality, instantly go, what a fascinating young lad this, you're interesting, and all he is an otaku in a fucking jumpsuit? Why does everybody fucking bow down to the worthless otaku protag? If you actually want to have a main character who's like a worthless piece of shit, have characters treat him like it, okay? Because otherwise it just operates like every other single fucking harem protag, where you have a worthless, creepy, degenerate, sexist motherfucker who's the main character, and all the women fucking just slip on their fucking pussy juice that fucking pours out of them like a fucking broken faucet spout, because they're so fucking enamored with the overwhelming wisdom of some dipshit who's barely smarter than the stupidest fucking peasant in his realm, okay? It's so fucking irritating. If he's actually supposed to be a stupid piece of shit, have him be treated like a stupid piece of shit. But the first female character he meets, Emilia, is insanely nice to him and spent the entire day with him when he's done nothing. She saved him, and then he does nothing. He's creepy to her. He is treated like a stupid piece of shit. No, he's not.
Actually, he was multiple times by Priscilla. They got trashed by REM at one point. He got trashed by REM, and I already did a video about this a long time ago. But I thought it'd be a good guy to debunk again, because this guy's pretty funny. Even though he's trashing ReZero, he was actually kind of funny. A political guy that loves talking about ReZero. That's fine.
Not, dude. He went to that fucking royal ball where they were selecting the fucking by the way, the world building in the show is trash. But anyway, he went to the fucking royal ball and he humiliated Emilia by being her fucking knight, except he's in a fucking tracksuit. He's like, I challenge you to a duel. Duel. And then he gets fucking ass blasted by somebody who's capable of wielding a fucking weapon. And then afterwards, Emilia's like, you embarrassed me, please go home. And then he doesn't. He comes back and she's like, I missed you. That's so unsatisfying. If he's gonna be a cringe lord who fucks everything up, there need to be consequences. Not him having an emotional breakdown because he had to spend 5 minutes away from his fucking waifu. Okay, I'm sorry. We got really distracted there. Also, this is a...
But you get the point of ReZero, man. I'm telling you. All right, before we go here, I want to see. I know it sounds bad, and I keep pushing on for the last 30 minutes. And what people need to see.
Many of you may not know.
Wrong one. But anyway, what people need to see is like the comments of this video. Ekno's getting pressed for no reason. Yo, people, he's really been trying to say he'll stop doing these chapters so much because of. Yeah, I mean that's the point. I stopped even doing it. I even stopped. I had a good time doing it, but it can also be very stressful. Because when you're doing like web novel chapters, man, it's almost any time at this point. Almost any time at this point. That's exactly why I don't do them. That's exactly why. Thank you, Hall of Fame Trey. Thank you, Hall of Fame Trey. I appreciate that. Thank you, Hall of Thank you, Hall of Fame Trey. Anyway. Bro is getting the ego. You're damn right he is. I think he had it for a while. I remember almost every video of him acting narcissistic as because he's the only ReZero creator who only covers ReZero. Yeah. Yep. This is exactly why we're doing this, guys. Not only because of REM. And if you want to talk about REM, let me know. Because we talked about REM for 45 minutes. We talked about Arc 9 because there's not much to talk about when you have only 34 chapters and a lot of people cover it. But, and also cover it in some of these videos. He has the biggest ego, I swear. Yeah, he does. Where are these Ignat strays, bro? Ignat strays. I'm an Ignat stray. With that T-Pain voice. Hey, dude, I honestly can tell if you're joking or not when you talk about Ignat. I've watched a fair amount of both of these videos. Just want to tell you that no need. Oh, wow. This guy is truth. Good for him. Ignat doesn't want to spoil. Yep. Yeah. I mean, he's been having an ego trip for a while. Shame on that man. Shame on Jake Z. Bro, acting like there's a battle to be ReZero figurehead. Yeah. I mean, I don't care about being... Listen, I will tell you right now, I want everybody to know. I don't care of being the figurehead of ReZero. I just love making videos about ReZero and people enjoy them. That's all I care about. I don't care about anything else. And I did this video because of ReZero. Is my pride and joy. REM is back and I enjoy it. Okay? Main part, and we talked about other things in the first 45 minutes here. Yeah. You're right there. Yep. Full marks, my dude. Keep up the good work. Why are people in like, yeah, he slanders Jake. Anybody that, you know, I mean, this makes Jake Z look bad. I want everybody to look at these comments. This man is not a very good man. Who cares what Eknon does? I'll do what I want. And other people will do in the comments. He's getting butthurt about people in the comments. He hates on people doing other ReZero content, and I'm not going to stand for that. I'll bite it right in the butt, man. I am not going to back down making ReZero content for nobody. I love ReZero content. And I love making it. That's what got me into YouTube. After Samurai Jack, I was wondering about other animes and didn't know how to make other animes at the time. I was terrible. ReZero for the last 4 or 5 years, man, it's been the greatest time of my life doing ReZero content. And when it's over, I'll probably do some other anime. Or start over on a different channel or something. But I love ReZero, and I will not back down with this man. This menace to a society, trying to be a figurehead for ReZero. He's like a cringy... He's a cringy pro tag. Basically, that's what Jake Z is. He's a cringy wannabe pro tag of a figurehead of ReZero. When you have Ekna, you have Anime OT, did it in a different way. He's an anime guy. He was a different guy. N3 HS, he makes ReZero content. Your waifu is trash. He makes ReZero content in a different way. I do it. There's like 7 other people that make ReZero content. And he's the one that won't say he's the only one that does it. What a guy. What a guy, right? But anyway. But I want to clear that up after talking about that. But I'll see you in the next live stream. Hopefully sometime soon. I'm going to do more live streams because I love doing live streams and interacting with everybody that did come by. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate everybody that comes by here. Always a good time. And hey, if Jake Z ever wants to debate ReZero or any kind of ReZero thing by any live streamer of ReZero, I'd love to be on your channel, or they come to mine. We'll have a ball. I'm issuing that challenge. But anyway, hope everybody has a good day, and I'll see you in the next video. And it'll probably be